So what is going on YouTube? How you find outstanding individuals doing today? So yeah, Junior with S.O.T Metalworks coming at you. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been a minute or two. So I had some health things going on. We got this squared away. We got some family stuff we had to concentrate on. So took a little time off, got back on track with some signage and new products. Still been knocking things out. I've just been too busy for YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. Hate leaving you guys hanging and everything, but we're gonna try to get back in the swing of things. See if we can't start posting some more videos, doing some more things, and see how this works out. Who knows? Never know what kind of crazy ride we're gonna go on. But so what we got today? Well, a little snow on the ground here in the old state of Kentucky, and it's rather cold. So I'm in the shop. I think I need to see some green stuff, like, I don't know, maybe something bigger and badder than green grass. So let's make a stalk of corn. Get ready for springtime, summertime. Let's get that kind of on the group. All right, let's get on the CNC plasma table, cut a couple things out, and I'm gonna show you guys what I got, and we'll see what happens. All right, ladies and gents, you seen what we got cut out there. They were cornstalk leaves. I believe we cut out the half of the ear of cob. I'll show you that in a second. And the 6-inch center for our mount. So here's what we got. We're gonna have 4 large leaves. I think these are like 22 inches. 2 small leaves, they're like 16 inches. We've got our cornstalk half. I already had these cut out, so I didn't cut out the big ones. But I cut out a whole one, and then I take these halves and I just weld in there. I just tack them in there. So all I did was I took and I split this in half so I could get my 2 sides. But in one of them, maybe I'll get one cut out, I'm not sure. But in the other one, I've got a whole one with just like that. So, easy peasy. Comes out, a couple tacks on there. Just makes nothing but a fine, outstanding corn cob. Heck yeah. We got our 6-inch center. And let's see. What do we need? We need a base. So let's get a base. We've got our, went up to the old auto clinic up there and said, hey, you guys got any used rotors? He's like, what in the world do you need those for? But yeah, he hooked us up with some fine, outstanding used rotors. Got those. This is going to be the base. We're going to tack our 6-inch center on here. And then you say, Junior, there's no stalk for the stalk of corn. What are we going to do there? Well, we went down to the hardware store and picked something up. So down to the old hardware store, picked us up a good old piece of rebar. Actually, we picked up a whole bunch of pieces of rebar because Junior didn't have any because he was slacking. But this is going to be kind of a yard ornament. Of course, you guys know we do the pumpkin patches stuff across the road. If you don't know, go back and look at our older videos. You can check it out. But we do a pumpkin patch over there. There's a lot of corn mazes, and they do a lot of stuff about corn. So I thought this would be some good decorations over there. Maybe some selling product. Don't know. When it all boils down to it, I'm trying to take any leftover remnants of metal I have under the table, stocked up, whatever it may be, and incorporate these smaller pieces and use up all my excess that I can use up. So it may take me a while to build back up so I can make some more, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, trying to use up every little scrap of metal I can, because in today's prices, with the metal the way it is and fuel and everything else, you gotta get all the bang for your buck. That's just the way it is. So we've got our stock, we're good to go. Now, I think this thing's got a little, I don't know, fine and dandy, what do they call it, tassel at the top? So let's see what we can find to make the tassel at the top. I don't know, we'll figure out something. Stick with us. All right, we got something. Some little core wrench rod found over there. I got a bunch more of this too. So I cut off pieces about 18 inches long. We'll see what happens. I got an idea. I've got this fancy dandy Harbor Freight metal bender over here. Let's put those in there and make some little crooks in them. That way it looks more like a tassel at the top of an ear of corn. I know most generally they're straight, but let's give it a little dimension or so. All right, let's throw it in there and see what happens. All right, we're gonna throw it in here, put a little crook in it. One way. We're gonna keep them all together. I'm not gonna separate them. I'm gonna take it, turn it over the opposite side. Let's see if we do that. No, that's the same side. Can't do that. I want to go the opposite way. There we go. Now, if we stick that on there, there we go. We'll have some tassels at the top. All right. We'll make it work somehow. All right, ladies and gents, there we go. We got our 5-foot piece of rebar there. We already welded it to the brake rotor. Perfect. So as I was telling you fine folks a while ago, we're not trying to make these exactly pristine. We're kind of rough around the edges of these. We're using up pieces and parts. And let me show you. So we come over here, we cut out signs or whatever it may be that we do. Anytime we're fabricating parts and stuff, I always just cut up all my extra pieces and throw them under the table. We've just got random stuff laying all over. Well, a lot of shops, that stuff is too small to mess with, so in big fabrication settings, those guys just throw this stuff away. It goes into recycle. They recoup their money from the recyclable stuff, buy new sheets, throw it on there, run it across the table again, and they're good to go. In our case, we're trying to get every nickel and dime we can, and that's the way to make the shop profitable. We recover our losses and everything. So I've made these up, and I've made some other things up here lately too, and we're going to do some videos on that. But I've made some things where I can intertwine some of these leftover pieces and see if we can't recoup some of that extra money. Help pay for gas, electricity, things like that. So the more profitable you are with your shop, the more your product you're using up instead of sending off to recycle or throwing away or what have you, the better your business is going to be. So it's a big thing to look at. Does it take a little extra time to sit down here and stuff like that? Yeah, not only is this a business for us, this is also my hobby. I like coming down in the garage. I like doing this kind of thing. So mentally satisfying for me and on many levels. But let's get back over here, see what else we can do. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna knock these leaves out because we kind of got an issue, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, so we got our tassel pieces ready to go. We've got our cobs ready to go. We have our what I call the corn leaf. We've got 4 big ones and 2 small ones. And if you guys notice, we're gonna come over here. that does not fit real well around that rebar. It you know, that flat doesn't interchange there real good, and the leaf looks, it's not gonna be a good looking leaf at all, is it? It's gonna be terrible. Well, I've got to set up over here. Let's see if we can't fix it. So we're just gonna take these, what I call leaves, we're gonna stick them in here, and we are going to, let's see which way we need to go. We need to go, let's go that way, get it there a little bit. Try to do this one-handed. Let me set you guys down here just a touch. Get this squared away. So we got one that way. We're gonna come back around. Do this one. There's a little bend in it there that you guys can see. Ah, my magnet's touching. So now we should be able to weld everything together just a little bit simpler and a little bit easier. Now, one more trick. All right, one more trick. We're going to take this, so we're going to weld it on the per se stalk just like that. And I don't think that's going to be a very good looking leaf, but if we take our good old leg here and just kind of use a little ingenuity. A little ingenuity goes a long way. We just made a cornstalk leaf, or that's what I would call it. What do you guys call it? So, all right, let's get the rest of them knocked out. We'll get over here on the stalk and see how it looks. All right, let's get on this and see what happens. So we've marked this out some marks, 1836, I think it's 52. You guys seen our leaves we did up there? Got our little notch in there. Start on the first line and see what happens. That looks good. I don't like it. A little crooked. Too much crooked. All right, not too shabby. Let's do another. I kind of offset these a little bit. All right, we go on opposite sides. Not too shabby. Next one up. Well. We got a cornstalk coming together. All right, so we're gonna work on our what we call our tassels. I'm assuming that's what we're gonna call it. All right, now we need our corn cobs. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, right there. Next one. Corn cob number 2. Well, not too shabby, I don't think. What do you guys think? So we got our corn cob in there. Got our, what I'd call our leaves on there. Got our tassel on there. Now what do we need? Well, for one, we need to finish welding this up. So I just got all these leaves tacked on there. Everything. Not all squared away yet. So I'll take time, weld this all out. Fill in all the little gaps just down in here in the leaves, around the cob a little bit. Get everything squared away. We'll get over here, sit on the side, and see if we can't get a little fine and dandy paint put on this joker. Corn stalks. Don't know. Might sell, might not. But we're using up a lot of scrap that we wouldn't have normally used up, so I'm happy about that. All right, over here on the old corn stalk. So I've got the tassel painted yellow. I painted the cobs yellow, but it's more of a, just kind of like a base coat deal. The green is the hardest part to cover, so I paint the tassels to keep from getting yellow on the leaves, and then I work my way down. Yeah, I went ahead and did the cobs, but I'll have to repaint those. Just part of it, but now it's just the fun stuff and just get after it and paint some daggone green on it. Got to have green. There's snow on the ground. It's winter time. I'm ready for spring and summer to be here. I want to look at something green. And you don't have to be a great painter when it comes to this. This is point and aim. Get a little coverage on everything. Like I said, I'll get a bunch of green on that cob. It won't really matter right now. I've got a little trick I'll show you guys here in just a minute. Don't forget to paint the bottom of those leaves. It'll be nothing worse than an old rusty corn cob or a corn leaf sticking out there in midair. But we'll probably bend this leaf here down just a little bit more. Make it keep it off that cob for my secret trick. Probably not showing you guys hardly any of this. I'm trying to paint and run the camera at the same time. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before, but it's a slightly difficult to for me to do like 3 things at one time. That's all right. We'll get it, and I'm sure you guys understand the gist of what I'm trying to do here. Pretty cool deal. I kind of like them. I don't know if anybody else will, but sometimes it's fun not doing work for per se customers as much as it is just getting on the old table, figuring some things out with the parts you have. That's why I was saying it was nice to be able to use up some of that scrap stuff we had. All right, we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna show you the secret trick and see what happens. Fun times. Oh, we're gonna put brown on the bottom down there, but that's not till later. All right, so the little secret trick, just plain old Jane aluminum foil. Not a little cheap box from the dollar store, like $3. Gets in all those little nooks and crannies around there. Makes everything easy to fill out. Now, like I said, we're kind of looking for the rustic look, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But still, you want to give the customer the best product you can. So we're going to go with that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to stay on the cheap with these. Trying to make them look good. They'll be on the down low just as well. Are they gonna be perfect? Lord, no. This is not a daggone production kind of deal. We're just onesies and twosies, and everything's gonna be different. So we will see what happens and see if they turn out all right. So we're gonna let that dry. We'll pull the Reynolds wrap off. See how everything turned out. I don't know. Maybe the Reynolds wrap will work. Maybe it won't. That's all right. Somebody will buy it, or they won't, and I'll put it in the white flower bed. So, oh, it's laying all good and flat. We can put a coat of paint to it hard. Now, as you guys notice, I didn't primer none of these. I don't think I'm going to when it comes to this stuff. Rust-Oleum's really good paint. It's got primer and paint in it, so I think it'll be okay. Maybe one of those yard ornaments you want to like touch up a little bit every spring or something. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know how long they'll last, how long they'll look good for, but I know when we get that Reynolds wrap off, they'll probably look fairly decent. So I just want to go over a couple things. So we're not making this as far as for a customer. It's not a production deal. It's something your wife may like in her flower bed, may not. They may sell good. I don't know. The thing with the CNC plasma table and all this stuff is you got to kind of just put product out there and see what sells and what doesn't. Maybe change colors up and things like that. Do you need a CNC plasma to make this stalk of corn? No. A little grinding wheel, some flat strap, a couple cutoff wheels, some Rust-Oleum 2X paint. Not sponsored. Wish I was, but I'm not. But it is the best paint on the market. Rust-Oleum 2X. So you're looking at 3 different colors of paint. $10 in rebar, probably to do 2 or 3 of them. An old brake rotor you probably got laying in the driveway somewhere where you took the ones off your truck. You know, and some flat strap there that you can cut leaves out of. And yeah, the ear corn, I mean, you could go as far as putting a metal can, a Budweiser can in there, paint it yellow and put it on a rod. I mean, it doesn't have to be pristine. That's kind of what we're after. Yard art is yard art. It's just, it's what you got in your garage that you can make up. So did I go a little bit above and beyond because of the CNC plasma table? Yeah. But I also want to utilize and use up some of our excess metal that we had left over, cutoffs and things like that. So I think it's going to be fantastic. Is there other things in the store? Yeah, because I've got some other ideas too. So, but we'll get this aluminum foil off here. We'll show you the final product and see if it's worth putting in the old catalog for sale or not. So. All right, ladies and gents, got the finished products in here. Been working hard on some of these, got them kind of squared away. So I'll show you one of my first ones here. I think it was this one. As you can see, we got some green on the cobs and things like that. And we got down here, we got a little green down there. So yeah, wrapping that in aluminum foil seemed to tremendously help the outcome of the painting of the ears. Worked out really good. So what I was saying a while ago, you could take one of these metal rods here and just lay it in the leaf, come up straight up with it, get you a soda can or beer can or something, paint that joker yellow, slide it right on there. You don't have to get all fancy and technical and stuff like we did with the old Shopsabre CNC plasma table over there. Not everybody can afford one of those, and then not anybody and everybody needs one. Maybe you got a buddy, you know, like a lot of my buddies around here got. So, All right, guys, happy to be back. Like I said, we were finding a few health issues. Got the grandkids now, so I took up a lot of time. We have been wanting to get back after it, but it's been a struggle. Started a new job. The wife's been busy. She's been fighting some health issues, but she's got that squared away now. We are all healthy and kicking butt now. So we will see how things go. Hopefully we can get here on the old YouTubes here and see what happens. But excited to be back. Excited to start posting more videos. Don't know what the schedule is going to look like right now as far as posting content, but hopefully we can get on a regular schedule with something. Looking forward to maybe doing some live streams here for too long and getting back associated with you guys. So don't know what's going to happen in the future. None of us really do. So all right, as always, work smarter, not harder. Make yourself some fine green fauna, and yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video. You guys stay safe out there as always. All right, appreciate you guys hanging out as always. We're gonna get back to work so we can get something done, and we'll see what the next video brings. Later, guys.